Hello everyone, my name is Mahima Veerasinghe. I'm from Auckland University of Technology, Department of Computer Science. On behalf of my team, which includes Dr. Grace Wong and Professor Dave Parry, let me take you to the presentation regarding a study that was conducted on emotional stress state classification and analysis using spiking neural networks. Before we move into the presentation, let me take you through the overview of this presentation. Initially, we will be giving a brief introduction to spiking neural networks, followed by the research questions that we aim to answer through this study, the methodology, results, followed by the discussion and the conclusion. So, spiking neural networks. Spiking neural networks are also considered as the latest form of neural networks that is used in artificial intelligence domain, which is biologically plausible, uses biologically plausible neurons and biologically plausible learning algorithms. The ultimate advantage that has been understood is that the capability of spiking neural networks to fully exploit spatiotemporal data like EEG. Therefore, in this study, we are looking at using spiking neural networks in distinguishing EEG data related to stress and relaxation states. With that in our minds, these are the two research questions that we are aiming to answer through this study. Firstly, we wanted to see how accurately a single layer of spiking neural network can classify EEG data related to stress and relaxation states of the brain. Thereafter, we wanted to see the capability of neural networks in representing the spatial spiking activity and whether there is a difference in input channel correlations between the states. In answering these two research questions, we used EEG data from the DEP dataset, which is a famous or very popular dataset when it comes to affective computing. To give a little introduction to DEP dataset, in that dataset, how they have developed the dataset is that they have recruited 32 healthy participants, and they have shown these participants 40 music videos, and after each of the experiment, after showing each video to the participants using a self-assistant mannequin, they have recorded the valence and arousal scores for each of the music video. So there's EEG data and self-assessment of valence and arousal scores for each music video. Using this data set, we did the following preparation in order to get them ready to be used with a spiking neural network. Initially, we had to extract EEG data corresponding to stressed and relaxed state. To do this, we use the formula given. This formula is being used for many other studies as well, which makes this study comparable with the other studies. So using this valence and arousal formula, we extracted 208 EEG samples altogether, 104 for each of the state, that is stressed and relaxed. And then we went through a normalization process of the data because we observed some abnormalities in the data. So we went through a normalization window. And for us to feed this information into a neural network, we had to convert them into the spiking equivalent using address event representation algorithm. Once we have prepared the data, we developed this spiking neural network with a single layer, which has 130 neurons, each connected to the input layer using spike time dependent plasticity algorithm, a biologically plausible algorithm. And the hidden layer of the neural network is connected to the output layer using DESNN algorithm, which is a dynamically evolving spiking neural network algorithm. That algorithm is based on rank order and KNN. So using these algorithms, we have connected the neurons to each other, the single layer neural network, spiking neural network, and the classification is being done using this particular network. For the classification to take place, or to analyze the performance of this neural network, we divided the training set each time randomly, as given here, and we ran 5-fold cross-validation as well as a testing based on unseen data. So both analyses have been done using this spiking neural network and the EEG data set. For us to understand the connectivity of the input signals, we use NewCube software because it has the Talairach mapping that has better visualization. So when it comes to results for the research question 1, we were able to classify stress and relaxation states with 80% accuracy when it comes to cross-validation, that is lesser amount of data. But when we used the total amount of data, 125 training samples and 79 testing samples, we were able to get an average of 83% accuracy level. Because this network is a stochastic network, where each time the sample selection and weight initialization is done pseudo-randomly, we ran each experiment 30 times so that we can come up with a statistical method of presenting the results of the network. For us to get these results, we had to optimize 3 parameters as seen here using the differential evolution technique. So the research question 1 was addressed in this manner, and for the research question 2, as I mentioned, we used the NewCube architecture. We mapped the input signals according to the Talairach mapping template. And this figure over here demonstrates the view of the network from the left-hand side. The left-hand side of the cube or the network is shown here, and we analyze both relaxed states and stress states from the left hand of the network. As you can see, the brighter neurons located here means more activity, and the darker neurons indicate less activity. Here we can see the differences in the 2 states clearly. And similarly, when we consider the right-hand side views, also we see that there is a difference in relaxed states as well as stress states. When we observe the network from the back end, that is where O1 and O2 occipital electrodes get connected, we clearly see some inhibition in the relaxed state over here, but we see a fully excitatory activity when it comes to the stress state. When we wanted to look at the synchronization of inputs, we were able to analyze this through these 2 figures, where we see that there's more synchronization because the thicker lines indicate more synchronization, and we see more synchronization between P3 and PO4 in the relaxed states, and in the stress state we see FP2 and FP1 are well connected when it comes to synchronization. So with these 2 results, we can see that, especially when it comes to accuracy, compared to other studies conducted using the same set of data set and same methodology, we were able to produce better accuracy results, 83% of average accuracy. And in conclusion, what we can say is that the spiking neural network that have been developed is capable of distinguishing between stress and relaxation states with 83% accuracy. And it has the capability, SNNs have the capability to give more information rather than just a classification accuracy with by analyzing spiking behaviors and input channel synchronizations. The interesting part would be to compare the same study of spiking neural network behavior and something like fMRI data, how they correlate with each other. So that would be something which would be really interesting to see whether there is a correlation when we consider fMRI as well when comparing with SNN spiking behavior. So these are the results and this is the study. Thank you very much. We thank the organizing committee of this conference, and I'm open for questions. Thank you.